Welcome! I'm going to show you how to edit the living room mockup in Photopea. So first we'll go to photopea.com in any web browser. That's photopea.com. And once it's up, we'll click Open from Computer to open up the mockup. And it's going to load for a few seconds. And once it loads, we're going to be doing our work in this handy layers panel here. If you don't see the layers panel, go to Window, Layers, bring it up. Now to insert your design, you're going to want to click the arrow next to one of the canvas layouts to expand the layer group. There we go, it wanted to think a little bit there. And then you're going to want to double click the thumbnail icon in the design dash layer. That's going to open up a smart object where we can copy and paste the design. To do that, we'll go to File, Open, and then find the artwork. And then we'll go to Select All, then Edit, Copy, and click back on the Smart Object tab, and go to Edit, Paste. And then if you need to resize the artwork, just hold down the Shift key to keep it proportional, and then click and drag any one of the four corners. And once you've got that size, just go to File, Save Smart Object. And once it says Smart Object Updated, you can just click the X to close the Smart Object tab and close your original graphics. And it'll put the artwork on the canvas just like that for you. There's a bunch of stuff you can edit in here. You can change the color of the sofa, the color and design of the pillows, the color of the lampshade, and the color of the wall. The lamp is also on separate layers, so you can remove it if you wanted a minimalist look for some of your designs. Now to change the pillow colors or design, just click the arrow next to pillows, and then click the arrow next to pillow, right or left, and the arrow next to pillow. And you can just click on the double click on the thumbnail icon on the design dash layer to edit the pillow design. And since we already copied the artwork, we can just go to Edit, Paste, and we'll go to File, Save, Smart Object, and we'll close the Smart Object tab. To change the color of the pillow, we'll double click on the Color dash Pillow layer, double click on the thumbnail icon in the Color dash Pillow layer. And that'll bring up our color picker. You can enter the color values if you know them, or click on the rainbow slider. And then click on the little gradiated box to change the lightness and darkness of the color. Or you could hover over the image itself and just start clicking on different colors to sample them. To change the color of the sofa, just click the arrow next to sofa, and then click the other arrow next to sofa, and then double click the thumbnail icon in the color dash sofa layer. And that's going to bring up the color picker, where you can just change the color of the couch. Also change the color of the lampshade by clicking the arrow next to floor lamp, and then clicking the arrow next to lampshade, and then double clicking the thumbnail icon in the color dash layer. And we'll click OK. Change the color of the wall, click the arrow next to room background, and then the arrow next to color changing wall, and then double click the thumbnail icon in the change wall color layer. Alright, and once again under the color values, or click on the little rainbow slider here, and then click in the gradated box to change the lightness and darkness of the color. If you wanted to turn the wall texture off, you could just click the eye icon next to wall texture to get a smooth wall. Or you could click on the wall texture layer and then click the arrow next to opacity and drag the slider to the right to make the texture more pronounced, or to the left to make it more subtle. You can basically turn stuff on and off in this mockup just by clicking the eye icons. So if you wanted a minimalist look in some of your images without the lamp, you could turn it off and turn it back on when you want it. If you want to create your own layout, just click on any of the Design-Canvas layers and then control click or right click on the layer, and then select New Smart Object via Copy. If you try to just duplicate it, the two layers would be linked. And then anytime you pasted art into one, it would paste into the other, and you get these unexpected results that you wouldn't want. So you have to do New Smart Object via Copy to avoid that. And then you can press Command semicolon on a Mac or Control semicolon on a PC to bring up the guides. And then click the eye icon next to ruler. And that'll bring up a ruler. We're going to press Command plus on a Mac to zoom in. It's Control plus on a PC. And I'll press the space bar to kind of move around the image. And we'll click and drag our canvas to the left edge, so the left edge of the canvas is at 1. And it zoomed out on me. We'll just hold down the Shift key and click any of the 4 corners. Being a little buggy right now, but there we go. If we hold down Shift key and click any of the 4 corners, it'll resize it. We're just dragging down. And then when you've got it sized to the size you want, you can just hit enter. Each one of these guides represents about 1 inch on the couch. The sofa is 75 inches long. So that way you can get your canvas sized appropriately in proportion to the sofa. Once you've got it sized, you can just press Command semicolon on a Mac or Control semicolon on a PC to turn off the guides. And we'll click the eye icon next to ruler to turn that off. And we can just click and drag the canvas into place. To add a drop shadow to it, you just want to click the EFF at the bottom of the layers panel and then select drop shadow, and it's going to open up the layer style panel, and here you can change the opacity of the drop shadow, the angle, you can change how far away it is, the distance, you can change the size. That's how you can create your own layouts. And that's all there is to editing the living room mockup in Photopea. If you're going to use this as a thumbnail online, like on Etsy, you'll want to save a version as a JPEG. So we can just go to File, Export as JPEG to save the JPEG, and then you might also want to save this layered PSD, so we can go to File, Save as PSD to save a PSD too if you want to do that. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you get updates to future videos. And as always, this mock-up and other mock-ups are available at melissabmockups.com. Thank you.